Hey film fans, my name is David. This is Film Collector Archive, and today we are doing an unboxing on the 60th anniversary edition of my favorite film of all time, To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm obviously very pleased to bring this into the collection. This is the 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray combo pack, as well as a digital code, 60th anniversary limited edition of To Kill a Mockingbird. I can tell already this has got a nice embossed title here on the cover. There's a standard 4K edition on this one, so just the standard slipcover. This is the more robust limited edition that I have in hand here, that comes with some nice extras. As I stated previously, this is my favorite film of all time. It's really not even a close race for me. I absolutely adore this film, as well as the book, obviously, by Harper Lee. It's my favorite piece of literature of all time. So, needless to say, very excited to have this in the collection, and really excited about what Universal has packed in with this set. I've owned, obviously, previous editions of the film on DVD and Blu-ray, and I've heard really great things about the transfer on the 4K edition here, so I will most definitely be popping this disc in very, very soon. Let me know your thoughts on this film. Where does this stack up for you in terms of films that you enjoy? Is this one that you've seen? Have you maybe not seen this? If you haven't seen it, I highly, highly recommend watching this film. Gregory Peck, well, really specifically Gregory Peck and Mary Badham. So Mary Badham plays Scout. They are the two standout performances for me. Gregory Peck as Atticus Finch is my favorite performance on film of all time. So you can see really kind of across the board, this is my favorites, my favorite in a lot of areas. But Gregory Peck's performance as Atticus Finch is just absolutely phenomenal to watch. It's something that does not lose its luster over time for me. It's honestly one of those cases where it just gets better and better over time. I couldn't possibly count how many times I've seen this film or read the book. It was one of those books that I read in high school, and it was one that I immediately connected with, which wasn't the case for all of the books that I read kind of in my formal education. A lot of times kind of feeling that you're being forced to read something because it's part of your coursework or whatever. I'm sure there's some books that if I went back and read now, I'd have a much better appreciation for. But To Kill a Mockingbird for me was one that just connected immediately, and it's never left me since. So very happy to have the film and the book be part of my film and reading journey, I guess you could say. Such an important piece for me, and one that continues to teach me. There's so much in this story, so many layers in the story, and Harper Lee really wrote a masterpiece. I don't know what else to call it. I feel like it's an absolute masterpiece. I have a lot of fillings on the other book, Go Set a Watchman. I'll just leave it at this. I do not care for that book whatsoever. I don't think it should have been published, and I feel like it was something, and I'm not trying to create some long side conversation here. I don't think it should have been published, and I don't think that it was published with Harper Lee's blessing. I don't think there was ever a conversation with her about that being a good idea. I don't think it should have been published, but those are my own thoughts. I mean, you know, if you want to let me know in the comments if you have differing thoughts on the book. I just don't want to have some long, drawn-out conversation about that book. But needless to say, though, To Kill a Mockingbird is an absolute masterpiece and a book that should be studied. I know it's one that's had a very up and down relationship with the school systems and you know, in terms of being banned and whatnot. And yeah, obviously, you know my thoughts on that. Anyways, let's come back to home base here, and we're going to go ahead and switch to the other camera and get this beautiful set unboxed. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, here we are. Here is the To Kill a Mockingbird 60th Anniversary Limited Edition box set. Let me just go ahead and take the wrapper off here. I'm glad that we got a limited edition release on this. I think this is certainly a film worth that treatment. I've had some past editions. I'm thinking of the Blu-ray Digibook edition that had some nice info on the film, but I do prefer the kind of box set presentation where you can pull out the media and look at it separately, as opposed to the Digibook, which is all kind of self-contained, if you will. But really like the artwork. We have kind of this collage presentation here with Gregory Peck front and center here, and then some scenes of the film throughout kind of the cover here, which is really nice. So yeah, we do get some raised lettering here on the title. I don't know if you can really tell that, if that really comes through on screen there, but yeah, just some really nice raised lettering there. And as you can see here, we do have the dual release of the 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray, and then we also get the digital code. Taking a look at the spine here, the lettering is actually raised on the spine as well, which is another kind of a nice touch here. And then the Ultra HD Blu-ray logo and Universal there. Flipping to the back here, this is not any kind of a J card or anything like that. This is actually printed on the box. If you have not had a chance to see the film, or maybe if you're not familiar, you can go ahead and pause here if you want to take a look over the synopsis or the contents that are included here. This does give us a little snapshot of what's included inside the set, again with some screen caps here of the actual film. And then here's a look at the side. So you get the 4K. Obviously there's no slipcover. There is a separate slipcover only edition on this. It's kind of the more standard edition. We'll go ahead and set the box aside. Let's first take a look at the 4K case. So this is just a standard 4K Ultra HD black case. Same information here as on the back of the box. Formatting is a little bit different there, you can see, but the same information on the bonus features and whatnot. And then on the inside, I know we'll get our digital code sheet here, which I will put aside. And then we have the Blu-ray disc, which is just standard with just the title of the film. And then the other disc here is the 4K Ultra HD disc, which features Gregory Peck there on the cover. So differing art there on both the Blu-ray and 4K, which is nice. And that's all to speak of in terms of what's inside the case there. All right, moving to the inner contents of the package. This is a really nice inclusion here. This is a kind of a film cell. So I'll give you a little bit of a closer look here. So there you have a courtroom scene, a screen capture there from the courtroom scene, and then you get it kind of in a reproduced film cell here below. So that's really cool. And this is produced on some thick cardboard stock here, which is nice. If you flip over to the back, obviously you can still see through to the film cell. And this has some information on the film, including the stars, directed by Robert Mulligan, and then the original theatrical release date of December 25th, 1962. And I'll just read this here. It says, Atticus Finch and defendant Tom Robinson sit in the courtroom on the first day of trial. The eyes of the entire town of Macomb are upon them as they listen to testimony that Robinson attacked Mayella Ewell. Though his innocence quickly becomes evident, the real issue being examined is years of systematic racism. The courtroom scene in this film is very, very powerful. If you haven't seen the film, I cannot recommend it highly enough. So very cool with the film cell presentation here. So we'll set that aside. Next up, we have a stack of, looks like first up we have here is the original poster, a reproduction of the original poster, but these are on kind of a lobby card presentation, a nice glossy finish, and then nothing on the back, just some basic info on the bottom of the card there. So we'll just go ahead and kind of sift through these. And yeah, these are really nice reproductions. The gloss on here is really nice. Some international release posters here. And that is it. So what do we have? A total of four cards there. And then last but not least here, we have a small perfect bound booklet here. This is the back. And then this is the front. And let's take a quick look through here. I was excited to see this being included because if you follow the channel, you know how much I love when they include booklets on any release. All right, so there's an introduction here by Veronique Peck. A note there from Harper Lee, an introduction by author Harper Lee. And this is really interesting. I love stuff like this. So here's Gregory Peck's shooting script. Some notes there. Some screenshots. So this will be really interesting to kind of look through and study maybe some of the handwritten notes that were made here. Great screenshots on the film, and then we get some original storyboards, which is really neat. Another screenshot there from the film. And then here we have original posters and lobby cards, some of which we had included there in those glossy cards. This is really, really neat. I love studying stuff like this, like marketing materials and things like that are always very interesting to me. Another one of the poster reproductions we had in the stack of cards that were included. And then here we get some press book excerpts. Probably go through and read every word on these. Always looking to gain as much information as I can on this particular film. And then this is an Academy Award correspondence for his indelible performance as Atticus Finch, hailed as the #1 movie hero of all time by the American Film Institute. Gregory Peck won his first and only Best Actor Oscar after 4 prior nominations. Following his greatest of professional accolades, the star was inundated with good wishes from his collaborators and fellow Hollywood luminaries. So we get a couple of those examples here. Or it looks like that continues here. And then the last page Gregory Peck's Legends of Hollywood stamp, issued on April 28th, 2011 by the United States Postal Service. Gregory Peck's stamp is 17th in the Legends of Hollywood series and features the actor and his most in his most iconic role, beloved hero Atticus Finch. I'll have to see if maybe I can get one of these. I wasn't aware of that stamp being issued, or maybe I was back when they originally released it, but that is very, very neat. And then just a little write-up here, Legends of Hollywood, and then back to the back of the booklet here. So very nice that they included this booklet. Let's go ahead and get this all put back in the box. Oops. So the booklet, and then we have the lobby cards and poster reproductions. We get the film cell, and then of course the film itself here in the 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray presentation, and everything fits back in there nicely. So very nice presentation here by Universal on this 60th anniversary limited edition set here for To Kill a Mockingbird. Very, very nice. Very much appreciate having this in the collection. Thank you very much for joining me on today's video. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming by and watching this video. If you're into film and film collecting, film discussion, anything like that, I do invite you to hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon, as that will notify you when I upload new videos in the future. And until next time, I hope you're able to watch a lot of great films.